Come on. Don't bullshit me.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit! You said so! It's all bullshit! All
Collector Johnny Sorensen, he's the man with the plan. Got toys stacked high from the floor to the fan. Every Monday night, it's free choice time. Pop culture and laughs, it's all on the line. Got action figures, comics, and some other bullshit too. You never know what he's gonna do. It's free choice Monday, let's see what he's got. Toys, pop culture, and other wild shots. Let's have some fun, we're gonna unwind. Johnny's got the goods, and we're feeling just fine. He's got rare collectibles, the ones that shine. From retro to modern, it's a collector's shrine. TV shows and movies, they're all in the mix. Pop culture, trivia, Johnny's got the tricks. And when it's showtime, you know it's the best. With toys and tunes, there ain't no contest. It's free choice Monday, let's see what he's got. Toys, pop culture, and other wild shots. Let's have some fun, we're gonna unwind. Johnny's got the goods, and we're feeling just fine. He's got rare collectibles, the ones that shine. From retro to modern, it's a collector's shrine. TV shows and movies, they're all in the mix. Pop culture, trivia, Johnny's got the tricks. And when it's showtime, you know it's the best. With toys and tunes, there ain't no contest. He's got rare collectibles, the ones that shine. From retro to modern, it's a collector's shrine. TV shows and movies, they're all in the mix. Pop culture, trivia, Johnny's got the tricks. And when it's showtime, you know it's the best. With toys and tunes, there ain't no contest. Select your favorite figure, and let's take a ride through the aisles of nostalgia, where memories hide. We'll talk about the good stuff, and maybe some bad. But with Johnny at the wheel, it's the best time we've had. Collector Johnny Sorensen, you keep us in the know. With toys, pop culture, and that Monday night glow. So here's to the fun, and here's to the show. Let's keep on collecting and let the good times flow. Collector Johnny Sorensen, you keep us in the know. With toys, pop culture, and that Monday night glow. So here's to the fun, and here's to the show. Let's keep on collecting and let the good times flow.
Going on, people? Ready to break some hearts? HBK. So I'm going to do a hangout, talk about some Marvel Legends. I got a whole bunch of photos of stuff I had on the shelf over the years. And before I do to that, I'm going to say some hellos to folks, and we're also going to show a couple of quick photos of stuff that's turned up mail, things I've seen in the shop, that kind of nonsense. Say hello to the Zazinator Zazzle, and of course Kiwi Joy Customs, Kiwi brother from another mother. Speaking of Kiwi brothers, Treasure Trigger, Phil over our man in Japan, on his bike, finding the bargains, finding the deals. Must be easy to get lost over there, man, because everything's so densely packed in, and all the train lines and the shops, and just incredible getting around there. Oh yeah, so let's have a look. We've got a very exciting slide here. Blank white screen, just the date, because that's my placeholder, so I know just so it names the file. So seen today in the shop, one of these like I don't know the brands, but like, you know, all those like Lanard kind of ones, and all the vehicles and the dinosaurs and all the weird cheap stuff that's in that small scale that gets rebranded in different places around the world. Trying to hang on, get on that. Almost as dense as me. That one should have been full screen, but I must have not quite zoomed them in. But yeah, I thought that was not a bad looking thing. SWAT helicopter playset. It's fairly cheap. It's got a little packing, little, you know, Joe scale figure in there. But, you know, the plastic's always cheap and nasty in these things. This was in Kmart today. And they also had this thing, which made me laugh, the shark transporter. It's like what if Optimus Prime was driving a shark around or something with the red and the blue heroic colors, and just a random shark in the back that's see-through. Imagine pulling up next to that and the traffic on the highway. That would be terrifying. Plus, I guess the shark would probably die if you transported it like this. It doesn't seem very safe. But yeah, $22. You can't really argue with that, though. You get a shark. I don't know if the trailer comes off or what, but it's just such a random thing. Oh, there is a picture on the box. It looks like, I think you can at least take the shark out of there. It's such a random bloody thing. And then they had this one. I mean, there's been loads of these. This isn't new, but first time I saw it this week. But there's T-Rex transporter playset. These ones make more sense because at least, you know, they're knocking off Jurassic Park / G.I. Joe with the scale and when you get figures with these ones. And, you know, in the Jurassic Park movies, they do haul dinosaurs around in trucks and stuff like that. So it makes more sense than the shark business. Two bears deep. Hope you can swim, says Zazel. Something is super awesome. I'm not sure which you're referring to, something to do with the other blokes in the chat. See some serious customer. Yeah, that's why I take pictures of them, because I know some of you guys like this kind of stuff. Also, the mate Wilhelm over in America, who does the 118 thing with, like, you know, Largo and Wilhelm. Whenever I see the sort of stuff they also get over there, I take pictures and I send them to him too, if he ever wants to see the kind of repackaged Australian versions of the same shit they get over there. Yeah, we get them at Kmart here. Sometimes you get them at Toy Mate, which Toy Mate took over the old, when Toys R Us closed down, they took over their old buildings. There's a lot of old stock, and they have the most of the actual Lanard brand stuff and of all the vehicles, the dinosaurs, the little soldier dudes, and Jurassic Park stuff. They do some fun stuff on these lines. Occasionally you see something, you know, quite cool. But what turned up in the mail in the last seven and a bit days, because there's been a lot of stuff. You see nothing for nearly a month, and then it all turns up. Stuff I've ordered 2 months apart all turns up in 1 week in Perth because of the mail system. Dino Hunter G.I. Joe. This one's really dangerous. But yeah, these bad boys turn up in the mail. He's talking to me, mate, Mark Boba Hicks, about stuff we're going to do next year on the Boba Joe podcast. We're definitely going to do, it's been on the books a while, to do some 80s action movie special. Excuse me if you hear that my knuckles are. Oh, hang on, let's get the full one. Get it out. Get it out. Otherwise I'll be doing this the whole time. Every bloody joint of my body creaks and cracks. Yeah, we're going to do some Sly, Arnold, JCVD, Chuck Norris, other stuff next year. So this is me getting back into rewatching some of these movies. I think I've seen all of these probably at least twice over the years, but I haven't owned most of them. So this was a really good mixed bundle on eBay. I think it was about $50. There's like more than 10 movies in there. There's some doubles because of the combos, but there's several multi-disc sets. So you got Bloodsport, We got a Kickboxer. I mean, you got to have those two in there. We got Sudden Death, Hard Target, which also has Lance Henriksen in there, and Van Damme has a legendary mullet and long jeans and Hard Targets. Good fun. You got Double Impact, Nowhere to Run's a good one. So there's a couple of ones in there, but most of these are pretty good. Double Impact's fun too. Another nonsense. I think that's one where he plays like twins, which Jackie Chan also did the same thing called Twin Dragons. It's pretty much like a redo of that movie. But yeah, not bad, man. This was a good bargain. I've got a few Schwarzenegger movies. I've got Rocky Blu-ray set. It's got numbers 1 through 6, and I have Creed by itself on Blu-ray. The first one. I got most of the Rambos, but only DVD. I don't have the Blu-ray set, so if they do a budget version, got to pick up some more Stallone. Like I want to get like Over the Top, and Cliffhanger was cheap, but I never loved that film. Definitely want to get Lock Up. Yeah, Lock Up with old Donald Sutherland. That was a good one. Always on TV. That you always see these on TV. That's why I never go to buy them on DVD, but they're cheap and a lot of physical media is going away, so it's the time to pick this stuff up. You didn't say the magic word. Oh yeah, that was in Jurassic Park. Yeah. What is the magic word? I don't know. DNA, fossil fighters, Foo Fighters, fossil fighters, something like that. I don't remember. But that's when it goes into the shutdown in Jurassic Park, and Samuel Jackson's like, "Hold on to your butts," because everything gets mucked up with the computer virus. So next bit of haulage before we get onto some legend stuff. We got a Drew McIntyre. Actually, I got two. That one was like a basic one, came on the 2-pack. Got another one who's a bit nicer on the desk, who's got a better face, and he's got the big long kind of like denim jacket, whatever the hell it is, like the leather pleather, whatever it is, with the rhinestones and everything. But yeah, so the other one's kind of a bonus because it came in a 2-pack. It was the same price to get two figures as one, so I got him. Got that Seth Rollins. Not really a fan of him, but they've had the rivalry with CM Punk and Drew, so now I've got those two guys on my desk, and I thought I'll get Rollins to go with them. And I was also buying Becky Lynch, which is his real life wife. Wanted to get a figure of her, and we got HBK, Heartbreak Kid, and what's the name on the end? My mind's gone blank. Sherry. Oh yeah, Sherry, of course. Who was like manager / interferer through the 80s and 90s and a lot of wrestling stuff, and WWF and WCW and some of the other Southern Territories ones. But there she was wearing a outfit when she accompanied Shawn out to one of the years in the white outfit. But the Shawn I got slightly different than the actual one. The previous year he came out in a different white outfit. Sherry baby. But yeah, these are all very nice. I picked them up from Pop Culture. It's like they're in Geelong. So I get every couple of months, I order some stuff on there and get it sent out from their warehouse system. Like they're a big comic shop thing. It's been there like more than 30 years or whatever. And they've got massive warehouses of stuff, and they've got lots of old stocks. I can pick through and find things that are not around anywhere else and pick them up when I want to. It's nice to be able to buy in-stock things. Yeah, she was a legend, man, as far as how it went being like a manager / whatever. I mean, she did a lot of different roles, all the different kind of versions of her character in that. Did a good episode of Dark Side of the Ring about her, actually. This was like 93, 94 was like when that outfit was. So yeah, she was definitely still had her youth and all that, and was still around. But yeah, I won't get into the tragic backstory and stuff of the character because it's pretty sad. But she was very dedicated to what she did, and she was good at what she did too. Even like Jim Cornette podcast, he actually was about the same age as her and used to see her regularly in her younger days, and they became like kind of sort of friends, and he would compliment her on how good she was doing, being like characters on the wrestling and the managing stuff and that. So I got this. The Dark Side episode was really depressing, and you see a son that she basically kind of abandoned, but also kind of foisted off into a good long-term friend who ended up being a better mother than she was, because she was like not she was very young and not really ready to be a mother. But yeah, I picked up this Kenner Aliens 90s power loader. It's a pretty basic toy. Get warm there. But this was like loose complete in like new condition. Like it's not faded, doesn't stink like old cigarettes or nothing. Had a clean, intact sticker sheet. And I've seen these on eBay in the last year for 100 and up each, sometimes with the box. This one was 50, loose complete. And if the seller's to believe it basically it's unused. It's been out of a box in storage. And I don't think, as far as I know, I'm the first person to even put the arms on it today and actually put it together. And like everything on it's absolutely pristine, like the plastic and everything. There's no marks, there's no dirt, nothing. It looks the same as if you'd open up a brand new toy that had been sealed all these years. So I think the seller was truthful in their description. So he's saying it's basically new, loose, complete, and unused. Other than him being the owner, it's been in storage for a long time. So I was pretty happy with this. Of course, the sticker sheet, no idea the instructions where to put the stickers. So fortunately, magic the internet, I went in like 2 seconds. I just like wrote some words and I was able to bring this up. So I just put my tablet on my lap, which is what that is. I don't have this document. This was just on my tablet. Put it on my lap on the little holder thing while I was watching Starcade from 80s. And I've done my stickers while I was sitting there and got them all stickered up. I do have the Ripley figure, which is out the back in the tub somewhere. Not a good day to be going around because it's pretty full out there. It also started raining and I had to get the washing in. So I had a stuck at hand who just arrived and I just shoved them in there to test out the power loader and test out a little grippers with a bluey figure. Stay away from her, you B word. Yeah, it's pretty basic. Like they redesigned. The derpiest part of it is that the base is now, instead of being like walking feet, as in the movie, now it was redesigned for the toy line, which had like comic animated look to it because they wanted to potentially try and turn it into something else, but it never became a show or anything like that. But the designs made that way. They made the excuse me, the bottom into like a tank tread sort of thing that rolls. And the only fiction it ever got for this version, Dark Horse did mini comics that were packing mini comics for the toys. And I have found digital scans and read them all in order. And it is a short little story. But seeing this thing on an alien planet where there's hills and grass and rocks with the bloody top heavy treads is completely nonsensical. Because it's meant to be like a forklift, and then the redone fiction that's got guns on the side and the big bloody missile thing up on the top there that rotates around. But it's not bad for a budget little toy. It's pretty good quality. I'm impressed with what it is, but like if you want movie style, there's so many like third-party licensed toys and stuff from bloody from overseas and all that, and heaps of expensive ones and a variety of scales for stuff that's like movie accurate. This is like just this really simple toy. Got the Technodrome reissue arrived this week. Well, arrived this week, but it also arrived last week because I got 2 of the damn thing. Because I wasn't going to take a chance of missing out on one Australia. I've had so many times I've ordered stuff like a Titan Scale Transformer or Castle Grayskull, whatever, like modern stuff, and then had a shop pre-order it 6 months and then, oh, sorry, we can't get this, it's cancelled, and then try buy it somewhere else, and by then everyone else has got theirs and it's sold out and they're scalping them the next day on fucking eBay. I went, that's not happening. I'm just going to order 2 and one will turn up, but the other one turned up before I got around to cancelling it, so now I've got 2 of them. So it would be nice to have one in the closed position, one in the open position like Castle Grayskull, and the price is fairly cheap for what it is, so I think I'll hang on to them because they were good deals. But yeah, front of the box, back of the box. I haven't put it together yet. I've never had one before. I've never even seen one in person. I know it's been in the wash and it's been shrunk down a little bit, so the scale's a bit off. If you put a turtle on the little torch rack bed, instead of fitting nicely, you can even see at the picture there, its foot hangs off the edge. It's not supposed to hang off the edge because everything's shrunk down by about 0.5 centimeter to 1 centimeter. So when they re-release the turtle playsets next year, with the sewer layers coming out again, they're going to have to shrink that because otherwise, well, at least the connecting pipe piece will have to be smaller. Otherwise, it won't fit onto the Technodrome. So who knows what? I've not seen any official reason as to what happened, whether someone fucked up the 3D modeling redoing this thing, because I doubt they took the original mold and went, let's shrink that, because you would have to redo it. You couldn't just magically make it a different size. But yeah, it's quite strange. But that's the haul stuff for the week. We'll get on to some Marvel Legends stuff. So I just got a bunch of pictures of things I've had on the shelf over the last couple of years, and I've rotated it like a whole bunch and had different figures and different lines and teams and sub characters. So sometimes I've got half of one team and I'm trying to get this guy and that guy, and then you take them off, and then you finally, like, it took me 3 years to get the Spider-Man villains. And so the day I got the last one of that, I went, that's it. Everyone, all you lot, piss off. Now I'm putting the Spider-Man guys on, because I finally had, after 3 years, I had like the villains I wanted and put them all on the shelf at the same time. The first time I've been on the shelf with that. It's the same deal with X-Men, Avengers. You get a character, then they don't reissue it for a year or two, and you can't get the bloody thing. But yeah, so first up, some head swap ones. We've got classic Magneto, and there was a really nice 2-pack of Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye, based on a comic from years ago. And that 2-pack went on sale. It was quite good, picked it up. And the Old Man Hawkeye body's kind of generic. And that's actually the head from Old Man Hawkeye, and that body there, that grey one and green one, I chucked a casual Punisher head on that. I thought it was not bad for a kind of out-of-uniform Punisher. And having a non-helmet Magneto head's cool. Since then, they've done several, like the X-Men 97 has the animate as a casual long hair head. They did in the 90s, the Age of Apocalypse. It was kind of like one of the first times you saw Magneto with a lot of the long grey hair. I think he was meant to be older than that, I'm not sure. But then they started doing other nonsense stories where his mind got wiped and got known as Joseph. So we'd see him all the time with this long, like, I call it the Chris Christopherson hair, you know, like that kind of Silver Fox looking hair. But anyhow, I like that head on there, so I kept that spear. I put him back with the regular one, but I keep that as a spear because I reckon it's a cool look. And I might pick up another cheap second Magneto, because there's a few old ones now on eBay, so I can have, you know, sort of both modes. So quite cool. Some Punisher action here. It's like the 2 figures on the right are actual Punisher figures. The one in the middle is just a regular Punisher from like Warzone a few years back, where he had his face camo as well, and he's got the grey camo pants, which are nice. The one on the right's from a story where he stole a War Machine armor from like a military base or whatever, like a spear one, and then he just like spray painted his skull on it and took off and went off killing terrorists and other stuff. And Nick Fury had fun trying to stop him. And the one on the very left is a Marvel Movieverse War Machine, which was quite a nice figure, but the head was really strange on that, so I swapped it. I keep that one as my actual War Machine on my comic shelf, but I put a different War Machine head on it because it looks quite nice. But that one I was just doing for fun to see how he might look in a movie style War Machine as opposed to the other one on the right, but just a bit of fun swapping heads around. This is another War Machine body here. This is like the classic comic style Iron Man suit redone as War Machine, where he's got like the muscles, even though it's armor, he's got like muscles. And I've got a pig head that came with like the Venom symbiote wave or Builder figure or something like that. There's no body, it's just a head. Look at that mug. That's a pretty cool mug. Hang on, what's the mug? Is there? Oh yeah, the Deadpool mug. My missus gave me that. That's one of my 10 million coffee mugs that are covered out there. I've got bloody Simpsons ones, and I got a Simpsons one where it's just like Homer rocks, and it's like from that Bandcamp one where it had like the Rolling Stones and Lenny Kravitz. Got the op shop for $1, and I was like, yes. It's like Turtles mug. Got heaps of them. I got Pokemon ones. I got a bloody Cat in the Hat. And what don't I have as mugs? Superman, Batman. When hasn't he been old? He's never, well, in the original comics, he wasn't that old. I mean, he was mature age, but he didn't have like the long grey hair. But then it became his default look. Pretty good at drawing skulls. See us with Cookie. It is indeed. Hello, everyone. Boba Hicks. Boba Hicks where? He's nowhere. He's invisible. He's like the Invisible Man in that Freddie Mercury song, or he's like a ninja. Just, you can't hear him. He makes no sound, but then that's just the sound of like when your throat just gets slit from behind, and then he's gone again. So just watch out for that. Oh yeah, so actually the one on the right is the little Spider Ham, which is a comic book Peter Porker Spider Ham. And I have a bit of fancy glad wrap or saran wrapped, you know, where you live in the world. That's what that is. And those annoying twisty wires that you get in figures, like especially some of the big figures. I just twisted a whole bunch of that around there to try and do the Todd McFarlane spaghetti webbing was what I was going with there. Yeah, I did actually keep that pig head on that War Machine body because I really like it. And I'm proper roadie head I put onto the Marvel Movieverse one, the one that's on the very left here. I put the roadie head onto that, and it looks really good because it's a bulky thing. And I've got the roadie, which is technically like the kind of Iron Man cartoon roadie when he had the squared off haircut, and it goes really well on there. And this one was that terrible early wave Joe classified Scarlet. It looked like there was a pretty garbage figure, but I found a use for it. I put it on this Iron, what do they call it? Rescue, I think they call it, but basically like the Gwyneth Paltrow character who was in the Iron Man movie, or also in the comics as a comic version. But it goes pretty good on that figure, so I've left it on there, and I think it suits that body better than the original one. The one on the right was the Matt Murdock, well, Daredevil, but this is the 90s black and red costume, alternate one he had for a while. Comes with a Murdoch head, and I swapped it with that Charlie Xavier body on the blue suit because I had two of that, so that was a nice, easy one to do. It looked good. More head swaps here. I really enjoyed the original Peter Parker comic. I bet you did. All those lovely ladies he was hanging out with in those comics. It was Black Cat, and then the girls always in the bikinis on the roof when he's trying to swing it and change. He's like, oh, I don't mind living here. I bet you enjoyed that comic. I bet you did. This one is Human Torch body on the left, Captain Marvel movie head on that, and it was like a transparent head, and the eyes are fiery red because of the Captain Marvel power. But it's a fairly androgynous head, so when you put it on the shelf, you can't really tell. So it looks like cool as a potential kind of movie torch or whatever. And that's just the Super Scroll where I chucked the Captain America head on that day for fun. Fantastic Four team. And I don't like the black costumes, but they redid these a bunch at Walmart and other stupid American shops where I can't get nothing from. So I was stuck with getting these ones or nothing. At least I got a decent thing out of it. And I was not happy with that torch. Even with the head swap, I went, this is just shit. So I went, boop, go like that. That looks better. Human Torch. Picked up the old Toy Biz one from like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. I think I got it for like $20 last year. Could still get it cheap, and it comes that big, massive, fiery base thing behind him. But still a great figure. Has the comic lines on it, even though it doesn't really match the aesthetic of these guys. I don't care. I'm like, that's my torch. This is my team. But who else can we add in there? We can chuck in She-Hulk, of course, who happened to be a grey version of She-Hulk, but that's one they had out for 5 to 8 years until they recently done a green one I picked up. And I got Namor over there, who's slyly doing a little hand around the back of Sue Storm there for the whole group photo. Kiwi wants to get a tattoo of Iron Man War Machine. You might as well. I'm thinking of getting a tattoo of Silver Fern, like, you know, the New Zealand Silver Fern, just kind of like simple black. Like simple black ink. I don't really want color on there because I've got a thing on there and I've got a thing over there, and I'm thinking I might get it either further down that arm or otherwise maybe a little bit up back here, somewhere it's not too bony and painful because I'm very skinny, so I don't need to be too painful. I want it, I'm gonna say Bark. I'll call you Bark. Wants to get a Daredevil, Punisher, and classic version of Captain America. I've got exactly those. Well, no, I've got two fucking Daredevils of the wrong color because they kept not doing the red one. But I've got several Punishers, and they've done 3 or 4 classic Caps in the last 8 years, so he's pretty easy to get now. She-Hulk can be my lawyer any time of the week. Definitely. Johnny, sorry. Be going like that. So what else we got in here? Oh yeah, here's some of my business. If anyone's asking if this is my business, I'm telling you right now, this is some of my business. But I'm actually going to give these away. Not on the show, so I get excited. I mean, I'm going to an existing friend who's not online, nothing to do with anybody here. Well, I've known since before any people. No offense intended. No, one of my old mates, I'm going to give him. I've got a bunch of old Toy Biz ones. I've got like a Carnage and a Kingpin, a Spider-Man. What else? There's a Wolverine. But this old Toy Biz Colossus and Hulk. The Colossus one is that one they've redone a bunch. This is like late 90s. The Juggernaut was from the Marvel versus Capcom lines. This is the second or third Toy Biz Juggernaut when they got to that one. It was quite nice. And in the background is the modern Hasbro Legends 2-pack one. But when I was sorting my old figures a while back, I thought it was cool just to take a photo of these guys that are like nearly about 20 years apart for as far as the releases. And that old like 98, 99 Toy Biz Juggernaut's really nice. Like even like the head and face I actually like on it better than the modern one. It's a really nice figure. And the proportions on it are pretty good. I'll get 2 shoes. What's he saying? Kiwi saying, a lot of rework tattoos have done, when you're young and dumb. Full of fun, no doubt. There you go, Zazel was saying it, full of fun. I'll get 2 shoes tattoos. Might as well. You get, if you want, you get a tattoo of like, there's Kevin Owens, but he's wearing, hang on, what's he wearing? Because I just randomly put accessories on things that don't belong. He's wearing like Splinter's robe. He's holding an ice cream. There you go. Spear outfit came with that Super 7 one. So he comes with a cloth outfit, and that was just a plastic one. I was trying to see if it would fit on another figure. It's been sitting there. What else we got here? Juggernaut again. Hangout Colossus, X-Force, costume Wolverine, Spidey, Nightcrawler. Because he's unstoppable. Dropped my ice cream on the floor. Does anyone home want some? There you go. Get a quick bit of that. Here is Venom. This was like the builder figure Venom, or it's not technically monster Venom, but I just call it 90s roid rage Venom when they started rolling like really massive and big. He's like that, those proportions. Because he was much smaller when he was in the original stories, McFarlane. I mean, he was a big guy, but he was short and stocky. He was wide, bodybuilder wide, not one as big as this. But yeah, and a little shopping trolley that my mum gifted me that a few years ago. I don't know where she found it, but it's a scale replica shopping trolley that's like proper metal and shiny and fun to take silly photos with. Like here, Spidey's getting pushed down the aisle, or possibly Venom's trying to his brains, one of those. And here's Spider-Man kicking Venom in the old Gangoolies. Which team character would you get? I wouldn't really get a character because I like people get tattoos whatever the hell they want, but like the couple of ones I do have, which are just like on my arms here on my shirt, because most of the time I've worked at jobs where I couldn't really have visible ones sort of thing, so I went, no, I'll get them under my shirt. I wouldn't really get a character because I don't really like a full artwork thing on my body. I prefer to just get like a symbol or something simple that as it fades, it's basically going to look the same. And like, I mean, I'll show you like what I've got here. Is that one? That's just the Superman classic diamond logo. But I've seen I've seen people as they get older, and that I used to work in a factory. Everything eventually fades and looks a mess. And I said I want something that looks simple, that even when it kind of starts fading or my skin goes all weird and wrinkly, you still better tell what it is. So that's kind of my reasoning. I wouldn't get any character. But if I did get a character, which I wouldn't, because I like simple graphic rather than highly detailed stuff. I don't know, some kind of villain or weird monster or something like something like this guy. Like I wouldn't get Shredder or Krang. I wouldn't get. I would get some kind of one of the weird mutant monsters or something. Roof shopping cart. Awesome. Yeah, I've got another crappy tattoo over here too, but this is that one. There you go. Oh, beefcake. Johnny and I are getting matching tats. It's going to be like Macho Man sunglasses, something like that. Macho Man beating up Cobra Commander. So we got that same Venom versus Grey Hulk. It was just a beautiful, beautiful figure. I got a bunch of Hulks. I got the green one, the grey one, some other ones. Same body. They just changed the head and the colours. Really nice figure that poses well, and you can do fun stuff and fighting other people. giant Ninja Turtle in the background because I think I'd taken him out of the box on that day and I was just like mucking him out with stuff. You can do photos like this one here. Old man Hulk on his hog. He's got his ladies on the back there out for a Sunday drive. Brilliant. Says Phil. Can he fix it? Good question. Hey, it's Chris. Chris Miwa. Hosting some awesome videos, like more conventions and cool stuff. And oh man, I watched your update one. You'd done your room again. Did like the room tour and that. I was watching that again on the last weekend. Was so really enjoyed the heck out of that and seeing what would change places in the old Motu Masters collection. It's a tough choice, man. You're like, I've got to keep this, but I'm going to rotate this, and this can go in storage. This I might sell. It's always a tough call when you're at capacity and you want to put something new on display. Yeah, so Chris, he's an absolute legend. And I was watching enjoying some of the Scuba Pete stuff over on the Chasing 80s too. He's everywhere, that Scuba Pete, man. He's everywhere. Every time I look on YouTube, it's like, here's Scuba Pete. It's like, he's just everywhere. He's on like half a dozen chat. I know he's regularly on, part of Chasing 80s and that, but he's on so many guest talks and stuff. And it's like, here's Scuba. And it's always a delight. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying he's here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, Maestro Mobile. Yeah, I just picked him up because he was cheap when he was on sale. I did. The weird thing is about the original Maestro was back in the 90s and it was an alternate future thing of the Hulk and another alternate personality. But this figure release was from a modern comic where it's yet another alternate future, but it's a different Maestro, not the original one. Still a bastard. He travels actually into the mainstream Marvel universe. And as did Old Man Logan, from two completely different divergent realities. And here we got Classic Hulk, who does not have a square to spare. I did this one day and I found these like big plastic novelty toilets at Big W. They come with like little miniatures and stuff. I don't have any here, but they come with stuff that's like about that size. For example, little like rubber weird things and squishy stuff. Actually, I think it was one way over here. There we go. There's one that was sitting somewhere and fallen down. There we go. They're little weird, disgusting food-looking things. This one's, I think it's like a block of cheese or a banana or something like that. But they come with these weird little gross rubber things that are very 90s style as far as being like gross out toys. And when you open the package, they're actually in the toilet. You've got to take them out. But they're cool things to go with figures. They had smaller ones that go with other 6-inch figures. Here we got throne built for a Hulk. For a guy in scuba, he gets around very well. And yeah, he's got those, maybe he's got like secret tunnels like Batman or something. He can just like tunnel his way around the world, but like underwater scuba tunnels. Get there faster. Got the old movie. This is like Thor number 3, Thor Ragnarok, I think they called it. We got old Hemsworth versus a Gladiator Hulk, where they did the movie version of the story they'd done in the comics, where he gets kicked off the earth because all the Marvel heroes are sick of him being a pest, so they send him off into space and he crash lands on another planet and becomes like a gladiator there, and later becomes a ruler of that planet for a period of time. But yeah, this fight with Thor and Hulk was fun. I mean, they've fought so many times in the comics over the years, but I really enjoyed seeing this in the cinema. Like, it was funny and off the wall and all that, which is somewhat offensive to long-term Thor fans because he's not really known for his comedy chops. But I enjoyed it for what it was, just a fun bit of daft silliness. But the fight was really enjoyable, and I enjoyed the fight scene so much I went back and watched it twice at the cinema just to watch the fight scene again, because finally we got to see the Hulk just being Hulk and not having to like be the sidebar of the Avengers and whatever else is going on. But yeah, that Gladiator, the Gladiator one is one of those diamond figures. So he's, I want to say he's 8-9 inches tall, something like that. The figure's big as well because he's Hulk. And the Hemsworth Thor's got a really good face. I just wish I had an alternate head with the long hair as well. Would be nice. Grey Hulk beating up old Doomsday. Because I don't think Doomsday can have a chance against Hulk, even though he's got crazy. I don't know, I think he's got healing or something like Wolverine. Keeps coming back to life. Some more Hulks. We've got classic Hulk, movie Hulk in the middle, and then that Gladiator Hulk who just towers over the other ones. He's just so massive. Such a beautiful figure. They've done 2 versions of him too. That's the movie one, and the Diamond also did a comic Gladiator Hulk before that one. But both are like absolutely beautiful figures. And I was kind of just showing the scale of them here. We've got the Hasbro Bill Murray Ghostbusters. We've got Cell from Dragon Ball, which is like Bandai USA. Old Spider-Man from 2001. That's like Toy Biz era. And that fairly crappy, what's his name, from Wave 1 of Classified. Not an awful figure, but not really a good figure. But yeah, just showing the scale of them anyhow. It's kind of cool. And seeing them together. Grey Hulk with Grey She-Hulk on the shelf. Black costume Spidey. And this was a Transformer shelf, and I'd slowly been rotating things out, so that's why the Unicron was still in the background. It's not actually in the Marvel Universe. Unless you go back to the original Transformers, which was in the Marvel Universe for a while in the comics, and Spider-Man, was with Megatron in that original series and that. G'day Legends in the chat. Chris takes one, a new one from Zazel. Scuba. Throne built for a Hulk, yes. But yeah, the really nice sculpting on those Hulk figures. Like the faces, like it's hard to tell here, but when you see it, the face was just, it's so expressive. It's like incredible face details and expressions on them. Here we've got old school Iron Man. He's got his nice comic, kind of like 70s colors where it's real vibrant yellow rather than trying to be metallic in that. And Green Goblin, who was repainted from the old one. That's the animated release, but it's figures like going on 10 years old, I think. They repainted it a few times. Just hanging out. And they used to do in Wizard magazine, they had Twisted Toy Fair Theatre, which years later became Robot Chicken, like the guys went on to do that show. But they would do Drunk Iron Man, who, I mean, he was drunk in the comics, but in the Twisted Toy Fair Theatre, it was just pictures of action figures done as a comic, and they put little speech bubbles, and Iron Man would be always, stuff was always leaking out of his suit. Sometimes it was a drink, sometimes it was a thing that comes out of you after you have the drink. It'll be leaking out all the his boots and stuff. And I figure this is like the Twisted Toy Fair drunk Iron Man who's like skateboarding upside down on his head, and all that liquid's probably coming back the other way. So just don't hang around with this guy. He's bad news. This one is movie, that's Korg, a little Pac-Man ghost. And I just like the line of that movie. He's like, "Piss off, ghost." Always makes me laugh. So I took that one. Here I had a couple, some of the older Toy Biz stuff on the left. This is like 2000 to 2010 era, like the Cap, Iron Man, that old Hulk. Had them for a long, long time. And I was just put them up before I was getting rid of those guys. Well, basically to give them away anyway, not selling them. I was just putting them up to see the difference in the scale over the years from the Toy Biz stuff to the modern sections, Hasbro ones, where I was getting into the proper full team again, trying to rebuild guys. I got the Diamond Destroyer armor in the background there. That's a pretty epic figure. I love that. Another Diamond one here, Thanos. And this one reminds me of that movie. I forget the name of the movie. It's like, I think it's like, it's not Networks, the other one about the news from the 70s. And that guy's like, "I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore." It's like, so this guy for this photo here with Thanos, like he's just old mad, like yelling out the window, yelling at the clouds. It's like, nobody cares, Thanos. Go away, something away. Assemble. Yeah, going for that. And I was thinking, this is comic ones, but I've got like the movie Captain Marvel, because I don't have a comic version of the Captain Marvel figure, but I think I have. I don't know. I think I have 2 of those. I think I have one without the head and whatever, but she's just like flying in, like about to smack him in the head. I do have 2. What an idiot! They're in the photo right here. I'm looking down. There's the other one. I couldn't remember if I had 2 of them or not. So there's the answer to that. Because one's got the transparent head, like she's all powering up with her effects, and it's got some reflective, like pearlescent paint on her, so it was quite good. And I got them on sale because otherwise I didn't really want two of bloody that one. Some X-Men dudes. There's that Daredevil I've got. We've got another Daredevil. What have I got? Yeah, he's no. Oh, that's the black one. I've got the other one's black and red. I still don't have the proper normal red one because they just been out for years and they sell out and then they don't re-release them and then you can't get them or bloody in America. But yeah, I've got several Storms. I've got that Storm. I've got the other 80s costume where she wears that like Egyptian themed costume with the Ankh and the because she had like 3-4 costumes from the 70s to the 90s. We had the white one, which is like the Jim Lee animated one. You had the one where she was part of the what's the dude? I was just watching the show the other day, like the X-Men, the Morlocks, when she was part of all that lot, and she does like the punk. She kind of like leaves the X-Men, becomes part of the Morlocks. She does like the Mohawk, and I don't have that figure, but they've done that one. It's quite nice. But the other outfit was the Egyptian theme one from the 70s, which came back again in the 80s. But yeah, all of these are nice. Silver Samurai is the first I got of those. He was an awesome figure. Juggernaut's great. Sabretooth is a diamond one, so he's bigger. And depending on your scale, original Sabretooth appeared in Iron Fist in the 70s. It was much smaller, but like Venom and other dudes, they slowly started drawing him bigger and musclier in that comic way. So I've just gotten used to him. I like him being that size. I can't stand a small Sabretooth now. It doesn't work. And it's better with the Sabretooth towering over Wolverine rather than being like, I don't like them being too eye to eye. It doesn't look good to me. But yeah, all these dudes are nice. Like Colossus is good. Gambit's a really nice figure. Nightcrawler's a beautiful figure. Iceman's like, he's kind of the weakest link, really. He's just okay. He's not a great figure. Bit average. I do like the Billy Club with that Daredevil, though, how they got the bend so you can have it posed like it's been bouncing off stuff. That's quite nice. Here we go. That's one of the reasons I got that Maestro Hulk, because I'm like, well, I got Old Man Wolverine, but you get Old Man Hulk. so they can still be fighting all these years on. But I think these two go quite well together. Even though in the Old Man Logan comic, it was a different Hulk again in that one. It was like the hillbilly Hulk and all the hillbilly family. It was really weird story, but that's Mark Millar for you. Maestro Hulk riding Battle Lion. And I think this is like, feels like something he would do because he's just like completely evil, dominant, manipulative character. So why wouldn't he have been riding around on a giant green lion? And got the Hulkbuster movie armor with the movie one Ironmonger, which in the movie that was Jeff Bridges. But they've redone that figure, and actually I still got the old Toy Biz one of that as well. Like that came out a long time ago. I was trying to sell it. No one even bloody well wanted it, and it's still quite a good figure. So we got old Namor having a bit of a bad day running with King Shark there. It's like, should have stayed out of the ocean that day, I think. And we've got the Nightcrawler. I just put these guys to get together for focus of black costumes. You've got X-Force Wolverine, black costume Spidey. It's a very old one from 2002 or so. We've got the updated one as well. Yeah, the Holy Battle Cats. I'll go regular with it. Yeah, he's such a beautiful figure, man. He lives over in the corner with my corner of Battle Cats. I got the Origins one, I got the Revelations one, and then I've got that Battle Lion all hang out together over in the corner of my display there because they just look cool together. Like I didn't collect any of the Matty Club classics. I just bought that Battle Lion last year because it came up for a good price on eBay. I'm like, well, that's an epic dude. I'll take that. Even though at the time I didn't even have any 7-inch figures or nothing to put on it, so I just keep them over there. I did have Panthro. I had the Super 7 Panthro on it for a while, and he looked kind of cool on that actually. Yeah, bearded Battle Cat. Yeah, because they did remember, and they did that Masters. Oh, it was going back. They call it 2002 or 2000X. That cartoon they brought in King Grayskull, and it had Battle Lion. So that's like the first we saw of that character. Run, Pikachu! So we got no more. Yeah, see them guys. Oh yeah, this is one. I like this photo here. It's good fun. This is just out in the lounge when I've like someone's been opening figures or doing stuff, and I don't have any room to take proper photos. So I just wherever the hell I'm sitting, I'm just like I'm taking a photo here. So that's why there's a James Bond book. The Deadpool, he's just like lying down asleep while these guys are fighting the hand ninjas. The Wolverine and Daredevil, and it looks like a pillow. And I was like, I couldn't think of. I had him lying down. I thought he needs something. I just took a paper towel and folded it up just for the photo, just from the kitchen, so it looks like a pillow in the photo. Just like, I don't care. You guys can handle a couple of inches. Don't need my help. But just kind of showing how decent these figures are. Like their Daredevil poses really well, and there's good balance. He's on a base there, but he does actually balance really well even without one. I've got Sensational Spider-Man, which is actually Ben Reilly, the clone, versus Superior Spider-Man, which is the body of the original Spider-Man with the mind of Doc Octopus. A very convoluted, nonsensical story, but a very cool costume. And that's this Hydra outfit variation of it, which is a really nice figure. Who would win in a Ninja War, the hand or the foot? Well, that's tricky because the foot in the cartoon were robots, so they're pretty easy to beat. You just like lop their head off or bust them. Your hand are always in the modern comics they're undead, they're zombies, so they're not that easy to kill, but they're always recruiting so many more of them. And whereas if you go Mirage Comics universe foot, then they're human, but they don't actually have that many, and they're just trying to recruit more guys like the hand. But hand is like almost like global, like Hydra. They've got so many guys. So I'm in the long-term campaign that I give it to the hand easily. Speaking of which, here's some more ninjas here. So the nice thing about having the wrong colors Deadpool, the black Daredevil, sorry, is that he goes really well with the other red and black Deadpool, Elektra here, and hand ninjas. And I've got a couple of effects from other figures on there. I've got the big fist with the tonfa. That comes from a Rise of the Ninja Turtles Raphael. It's like a Hulk hand that just fits over a figure's hand. And it just looks really cool, like a powered up kind of magic attack. I got the dog pool there. Bloody Hydra Man in the background. Oh, yeah, here you can see like the wider view of what was on the shelf for a while there. Only Soundwave is superior. Well, I guess that's technically accurate. Depends how many shoes they're wearing. But yeah, I've had this set up for a while. Here we've got the couple of stands, and I've got the ninjas on either side, and Daredevil and Deadpool being like mirror images, doing the same flying sidekick in opposite directions, so 3 ninjas each. He's got 2 red and a white in the middle. He's got 2 white and a red in the middle. It's like a ninja chocolate bar or something, or licorice. And then Wolverine, who's about to like just leap over and cuts him in half, no doubt. But you had Hulk. Oh, there's that Storm actually in the nice Egyptian themed costume. I love that's probably my favorite Storm costume ever, I think. It's a little bit Streetwalker as well, but that's not why I like it. I just think it's a good classic look, especially the headdress and the cape look awesome. In the old Konami arcade game, she was in that costume too. Played that a bunch. Deadpool riding on a dinosaur. He's my friend, and a whole lot more. Because just got the red dinosaur and he looks cool. Got some bad guys in the background on his adventures. The old castle. Well, that's the wood blocks before I painted them. Actually, we can see that. I'll turn this around. You can see this exact same corner how it looks now. If you turn around, go down there. See those exact same wood blocks now. They're painted grey, and the battle cats live down in there. So it looks like a little bit of a den or a cave or whatever. It's kind of cool. Dino Pool. Yeah, I've done a few. Here we've got like movie and comic Deadpool and Wolverines, and I've got a bunch of different Wolverines. Some I didn't want, but one came, I think one came in the Hulk 2-pack, and it's got the original Wolverine head, which is like the little cat whiskers, and it looks a bit dorky on the figure. But whatever, I've got 3 or 5 Wolverines now, plenty of parts to swap around. And oh yeah, the Deadpool that come with the comic one come with the scooter. That scooter was really cool. I think that Bobby Vale, I think that was one of his ones because he's mentioned that scooter design anyway a few times in his talks. And it was good value getting the scooter. Here he is with Deathstroke from DC Comics. It's an older Mattel figure. And what's his name? Snake Eyes from that first wave of Classified. Castle Greenskull. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was fun to have him next to one of the characters. I mean, he's like Deadpool's like a mishmash of Deathstroke and Spider-Man, as far as like the costume, his eyes, the humor, and then being like a deadly, like assassin for hire, basically. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Deadpool on the scooter. He comes in that same pack of that little, I think it's called Hydra Bob or something. There's another comic character. Comes with that spearhead you can put on a Hydra dude. I just put it on the sword because I didn't know where to put it. And here I've got him on the scooter. The stand is down, and he's just like right on Wolverine's Unmentionable, was just like revving the wheel around. The stickers are really cool. It came with, you've got like McCoy Manure, there's Wolverine scratches, and X-Men symbol. They're all X-Men themed stickers, and I stuck every one of them on there that you can put them anywhere. The stickers are really cool sticker set. Here he is hanging out old Charlie Xavier's chair, and he's got an M16, he's got weapons, he's got a big axe, he's got Thor's hammer just casually hanging off the back, which wouldn't work, but it's like he's just like whatever. Just take when he weapons. And he's got the little spider ham from the animated movie. Wolverine looking on disapprovingly, like you disgust me, Wade Wilson. No respect for anything. There he is kicking all the ninjas again. The light was particularly nice on this day, and here I had other characters, Carnage in there, and Gwenpool. Well, not Gwenpool, Spider-Gwen, because there's also a Gwenpool which is not related. It's just a silly nonsense character. But yeah, I think time's getting on. I think I've got to wind up here. Nearly at the end of these silly images. Back to the Fantastic Four again. I added that Spider-Man in, kind of put him in because he's in the early first appearances of Fantastic Four. Spider-Man turns up, and so long term, like Namor, She-Hulk, Spider-Man, they're all kind of part of the Fantastic Four family and that, and the Marvel family. Mishmash of stuff here when I would swap some guys out, and like this is not a cohesive display. This is just like I had a new figure, shoved it on there because I knew I was going to be taking all of these off and reorganizing them. So I finally got a Ghost Rider last year because he couldn't get one for a long time. Another Wolverine the Brown. Got the Mary Jane spider costume from the Spider-Verse story. A really nice figure. Finally had a couple of Miles figures. More X-Men. And somebody had a friend, no ghost. Oh, Bill Murray. And some Pokemon ghosts. But yeah, that's about it for today, I think. Oh, well, there's another one. Wolverine again. Wolverine Grey Hulk. And this is an old McFarlane Toys figure from late 90s, which I saw in the comic shop back then, but I only picked it up in the last 10 years. Called the Heap, I think. These all made of literal garbage, like a lot of kind of Playmate style things, but done through a McFarlane filter. You've got garbage and shovels, and it's got bones. There's human hands, bones of the human hand remains, shovel on them. There's really like awesome, grotesque bits on them. Wicked figure, Spidey doing the old classic Rhino running away and whipping up his face. That's just the old Glad wrap or saran wrap that you wrap up sandwiches or your meal. Bunched it all up, shoved it on his face, wrapped around his hand, and then put him on the shelf. There you go, Runaway Rhino. So he was fairly nice. Silver Samurai of Mace Windu. Spider Folk. Whole heap of Spider Folk. You got classic costume, black costume. How many Wilsons could Wade Wilson if Wade Wilson could Wade Wilson? Man, you have to watch Wolverine versus Deadpool, aka Deadpool 3 to answer that one, because that's the end scene. You'll find, if you haven't already watched it, that is the end scene. The answer is a lot, a screen-filling amount, which is another comic reference, like when the Deadpool core. You typed it up fine. I could understand it. How many Wilsons could Woody Wilson could chuck some Woody Wilsons? Wilson. Phil's been cast away. It's been cast away. Yeah, more Spider Folk here and a random old Machine Man in the background. They got a heap of spider. I did do a proper Spider-Man display once I swapped these all out and had all the villains on there, but I'll do that another time. I'll do like Spider-Man theme talk another time, I think, showing off them ones. Got some more here. Got another Diamond one, Anti-Venom, who was actually Eddie Brock. The suit left him, went on to Matt Gargan, who used to be the Scorpion, and he became Anti-Venom. Not at all confusing, because in the Secret Avengers, or Norman Osborn's Avengers during the post-Civil War story, Matt Gargan became the Venom. But yeah, a whole bunch of Spider-Mans. That nice updated Spider Armor one from a couple of years ago. That was a really nice figure. And SpongeBob for no reason at all. Put him in there, having a bit of 40, bit of a 40 bottle of 40 there. Old Fortran, it says on it. It's actually from the Futurama Bender figure. Some symbiotes. And this is going to round us up now and take us home. Hey now, son of a Crown Slayer. Well, what happened to the father of Crown Slayer? That's what I want to know. Some symbiotes there. It's going to round us up and take us home. I didn't plan to get all these symbiotes. I originally just wanted Venom and Carnage, as you do for my Spider-Man collection. But they did all these waves, and I ended up picking up a wave to get certain figures and getting good deals on them after the fact on eBay. So I ended up with a whole pile of them. Got the Builder figure Venom Pool was real nice. I got the Anti-Venom Diamond one. The rest of them are the Legends. Actually, that's the Matt Gargan Venom, the big on the right there. He's got the big crazy spidery thing on him. And here we've got classic Venom all the way down the right, like first appearance or Todd McFarlane Venom, basically. Next to the big chunky one. So they did the big chunky one as Venom and Matt Gargan, same figure twice. You got I forget the name of the yellow lady who was in like the original Venom early miniseries. They got Carnage there. And some villains on the shelf. Did the Glad Wrap trick again with Whirlwind. I got more of those twisty bits of wire that come with your figures, and I put them into circles, and I wound the wrap around it till I got the right tightness. And it can't hold the figure. The trick is he's got fishing line looped around his back under his shoulders, and there's just a little hook in the ceiling of the shelf, and that's what's holding him up. And then the saran wrap thing's just kind of stuck on him with the bendy wire. So to give him the illusion of like he's flying around, which if you've ever played that old Captain America arcade video game, he was like the first stage boss, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it for today. If you know your action figure Marvel math, you take one Venom, one Deadpool equals Venom Pool. So there you go. And here we've got the same Human Torch, the old Toy Biz one, just going upside down on a skateboard with SpongeBob. I think SpongeBob stacked it because he's been drinking some of that 40. It's about the end of him. A couple of random X-Men dudes. 90s style Cyclops, Archangel. Wolverine, Thor's hammer for no reason at all. And Wolverine doing like an elbow drop in front of the Rock to Deadpool. Why not? That's the movie version, of course. Both really nice figures. Bonus figure in the background, and Command, Ron Burgundy watching on with his whiskey vision. Another Glad Wrap trick here where I took like he's webbing up Logan. Works pretty well for just bits of twisty wires again. Looks all right. But yeah, that's the end of today's. I don't know who Son of a Crown Slayer is. You have to tell me if you're someone I know or you're friends of someone else here, because everyone's got what do you call it, online names of that versus your actual name. And often I get people on Facebook who like friend request me, and I'm like, I don't know who this person is, because they're like friend of a friend of someone. What's up, Kiwi? I like your little avatar there. It's a very nice, cool little figure. It's got a gas mask, and that looks like the buck's got like the old Legends style. It looks like the Loganish singlet, and it's got that cut in the middle where they bend at the abs and all that. So I'm curious what that figure is. I'm new. Very good. Well, welcome. Thanks for having a look. But yeah, I might do one more next week and do Spider-Man, because I've got to find me photos. When I had Spider-Man set up for 6 months, all his classic villains from the early days and that. Might do that one next week, and then the following week I want to do on Monday. I want to talk about wrestling books, like wrestling biographies, because I've got so many of them. I just want to like chat about that for a bit. But yeah, thanks for hanging out and checking out what was going on. Bonus pictures there with Deadpool and Colossus. That was after I'd seen that. Is it first movie or second movie? But he's holding like Deadpool like a little baby. It makes me laugh watching that movie. Oh yeah. There's Kiwi with the comment of the day. A bit of some, oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. I did a wrestling figure chat a while back, so I'll probably do another one down the track, but I want to do one about biographies and then another wrestling one down the track. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, folks. I appreciate it. It's just like casual hangout thing, something to do. And I've got loads of different displays I've rotated over the years, and I thought it's just kind of fun to mentally unpack and see what different stuff's been on there, and relive the glory days. What was on the shelf 6 months ago, 5 years ago. But yeah, we're gonna finish up there, and I'll catch you guys next time.
In 1999, a hapless bunch of misfits found themselves accidentally stuck in a dead-end town due to a series of comically ridiculous mishaps. These individuals clumsily stumbled out of their mundane existence to blend into the shadows of everyday life. Nowadays, completely unnoticed by society, they persist as inadvertent bunglers. If you're unlucky enough to have a problem, if all other options fail miserably, and if you accidentally stumble upon them, perhaps you could reluctantly tolerate the forgettables.